Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Go Money. Before we go into the details, if you have not watched the introduction and money management videos, please do. It has the basic concept of wave theory and the indicators we use. The money management will give you an idea of how to manage the trade. The link is given in the description. In this video, we are going to talk about weekly stock analysis. And before going to the stocks, let's look at the index we regularly do. So Nifty, as we discussed, it pretty much touched the retracement level which we expected from the hourly chart. So this is an impulse followed by A, B, C, and this is kind of a regular flat, and right now it is actually in this trend, and so you need to wait a bit more. The reason is in the smaller trend, can see the impulse down followed by a correction, another correction up, down, and then there's a correction. So this can be a total running flat for further down. Not sure if it's going to reach this point before it starts, so have some caution around this area, and basically also look for this trend to break in case if we have to trade. I think or if you think the Nifty is going to go up, this is kind of a better resistance area. So if it breaks, and then if it's doing some sideways move, then that is a good point to entry. At this point really there is no entry buy setup. So, and also as an overall index, the market is not that it has already started moving up, so it can be a pump and dump kind of situation. So please be careful, don't think that this is low, that I have captured everything, so we never know. And basically also if you see, the MACD is solid and it's not yet even converging yet. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Still the overall economy and the situation is not that great globally. Okay, so coming to Bank Nifty, similar thing happened. So again, as it's going to start, I'm not sure yet. Same thing, it made a drop down, and then it made an impulse up followed by another correction. I think there can be an impulse up to complete this wave, and I'm expecting this drop before it starts. Maybe, I don't know how long it takes, but this can happen. Is a possibility, but at this point definitely there is no trade unless you see some kind of a consolidation like this, so which is also might take certain time before you can enter. So overall index doesn't look great, or it's not that in a bullish trend yet, it is still sideways, so have some caution. So let's move on to the stocks. So possible trade entries. So basically this is what we were expecting. So TATA Power did really good, good in the sense whatever we expected. So it made the wave down. Say this is 2 impulse down. Now we are expecting another wave up, where it has started in the lower time frame. It has let me go to the lower time frame to give you a better idea. So you can see there's an impulse followed by A, B. I think I'm expecting another wave down before it moves up, and again this move is I'm again not expecting it as an expectation, right? I'm not expecting it to go anything above this, but if we get another wave, another leg down, and then if you get a buy setup, then possibly you should be entering this trade for this stop loss and this take profit area. So for sure this will be at least 1:3 or 1:4 ratio, so it'll be a good trade if you get it. And then this is nothing but a trade leg like this, and then followed by another drop to cover this pattern to complete this pattern for further up. So this is the overall long-term perspective of TATA Power. So going to Britannia, also completed it's not complete, let's not even say it's complete, because I'm expecting this to be like an impulse down followed by a correction, again it came down. It can have another correction to complete this pattern. Then there can be one more move down to retest the retracement level on a longer time frame, and then there can be a bigger move up for sure by mid, I think around July August time frame is what I'm expecting to a bigger move. That is the long-term perspective, hopefully. But at this point I'm not seeing a bigger trade setup yet, so mostly this week I'm not seeing great trades. But again, we never know. In an hourly we will get some trades, and we might be able to try to see if we can get something out of that. So this is HDFC. We expected it to move from here. I think we even were in trade and we lost some. This is kind of a losing trade when it happened, and now it looks like it has retested this retracement. Does it mean that it's actually having an expanding flat to start? We don't know yet. It can actually, before it starts, it can even complete the it looks like impulsive move, but it came impulsive down, so maybe it has another correction before it starts. So at this point we don't have any trade setup, so we have to wait for the trade setup. We cannot really jump into a trade because it came to a certain point, so it should also have some indication before we enter. HCL Tech did really good. It is going in the right direction. So basically we are expecting another correction here to complete this. Then we have a bigger uptrend move. So for sure, once if it happens this way, we should put a stop loss below this previous low, and that is even a good risk to reward ratio what you are going to see. So at this point, no, we have to wait for at least couple of months before the trade is going to hit in. That's my expectation. Hindustan Lever is kind of similar, and but again this has retested the previous low. Okay, so now we have to wait and watch how it looks, but overall it is kind of sideways. I cannot say that it has started its downtrend or anything, but it is sideways. I don't know how the correction is going to happen. At least wait for this impulse up followed by some correction, and then maybe we can enter. So you still have more time for entry. So again, Hero Motocorp, again it is in downtrend move right now, so I don't really see a support yet. So let's go to hourly. Yep, it has just broken the previous low, so I'm not, and then but it came back, so we have to wait and see if it can. Sometimes if we have a small consolidation here, basically then you can see if it is a breakout, but those kind of trades are pretty difficult to trade, especially if you don't know the patterns and stuff, because this can do an impulsive move this way. You might be in the trade, it might go positive, but suddenly it can drop, and it can even retest the previous retracement level. So we have to wait for sure for these trades to enter. But basically what I'm saying is, right now there are very few trades which can come, but at this point I'm not even seeing that. So pretty much I don't see a bigger trade. BPCL looks pretty good because it has completed the entire pattern. You can see this is impulse down, A, B, C, and even the internal time frame you can see an impulse down, correction, impulse down, and a correction. So this has completed the ABC, and it has made the next move down, and it is actually impulsive move up. So this might be a pretty good trade for next week. So we'll be looking at this in our trade desk for sure, and this can, if it consolidates here, hopefully this is a good trade to enter. And just it looks like it just had a move up. We didn't really notice this at this point, but yes, but expecting a real consolidation here, and we can enter, or at least for a day. Let's see how it goes, and this might be a one which I think it can move up. And again, petroleum, definitely I think prices might go up and they might make some money for sure. I think that's why it looks like it is started moving up. So BPCL might be this week's entry possibly. L&T looks good. It has actually retested the retracement level, perfect, and it has also completed. Maybe it may retest. This looks like a pattern. It may retest the same point before it goes up. Not sure, but depending on risk to reward ratio, this might be also an entry if it breaks. In case if it breaks this trend line, and if we have a consolidation, I think we might be entering this trade as well. So this also looks kind of okay, and this was actually pretty good support level from the retracement as well. So yeah, this is possibly a trade, but I'm not sure if it is going to start right away, but there may be a retest of the previous low and then it can start. That is also possible based on the pattern. So these are possible, but we will be monitoring. And next is on sideways, Bajaj Finance. Again, this also recovered better. So it looks like this has completed the ABC. These patterns are pretty complex, and at this point it has made an impulsive move up for sure, but we'll be waiting for it to see if it actually does a breakout above this trend, and if we get it, and then if it consolidates, for sure we will be trying to enter this trade. But yeah, this is long. It might need some more time, but maybe a week or two before even thinking about a trade. Eicher Motors, where we performed well before, I think we are right now in consolidation, and it may take some more time because I don't think this is a big drop down. I'm not expecting it to. I don't. It can happen. It can actually have a V-shaped recovery. I'm not sure. At this point, it doesn't look like that. It is still consolidating here, and there is a possibility that it can touch the retracement level around 1900 rupees. So wait for it. Don't jump in unless we have proper setup, at least in a hourly. And if you are so experienced, you can even trade at the 15 minutes or 5 minutes timeline. At this point, yes, that's possibly, this looks like an impulse. We have a correction. Let's wait for another correction, and then if we get a breakout or the trend line, then we might be in the trade. This looks okay if it happens that way, which might be this week, or let's see, it depends. So we need to monitor this. Let's put this in the monitor list for sure, because this can be a possibility. Axis Bank did again the same impulsive move up, and this looks nice as it has completed its ABC wave in the third wave. You can see this followed by an ABC. Let's wait for consolidation, something like this. When I say consolidation, when it comes up, it does consolidation here, same as it's like a regular pattern. So you might get this up, we might have a consolidation around this, and then it can be a start point. So make sure you wait until you get some confirmation. We will definitely post these videos whenever we have trade. Mostly some 1 or 2 trades, sometimes we might have missed it, but I will keep this in the I will try to enter the details in the spreadsheet so that we can track everything whatever we are putting for the blue chips. So going to TCS also did good, but again TCS might have, so in the internal time frame you can see there are third wave forming, and maybe it may test the second retracement level, which is around 3300 rupees, possibly looks like, and so that way this becomes an expanding flat to complete this wave, and then there will be a bigger uptrend, and we should not miss that if that happens. Okay, Power Grid does well, actually we were in sideline for this a long time when we were actually monitoring from here. It made a nice move down and now it has made an impulse up. I'm expecting another sideways move to complete this pattern for further up. So this is what we are looking for. Hopefully in a week or two maybe we will see something like that. Let's wait for a good entry point. Infosys did good, but still I don't see any proper pattern. As we discussed, this is a very solid area for Infosys. Looks like it's not again, it's a good support region. It has really made a high impulse up. Doesn't mean that it is going to go up yet. So, and I don't see a very good trade setup. So if it really I'm expecting this as a setup for further down. This will be a nice trade setup and it will be really good risk to reward ratio. So until that point I don't think we have any trade setup yet. Yeah, but never know, it can just start going up, but we don't have a trade setup to trade. ONGC we just closed, we discussed in the trade report because we just closed this week, so please look at that for more details. Right now we don't have trade setup yet. Maruti went down and it has actually touched the retracement level, second retracement level. So for sure this looks nice. Yes, it has come up. So let me remove this and put so for sure this looks nice as a pattern, but this is pretty much a very big drop and it has made a high impulse up, but let's wait for some correction here before going to the next trade. But this trade, if we get it, it will be a really nice trade from around 7,000 rupees to at least 9,500 rupees, if not 10,000. So this is the next target. Let's see when it happens. Reddy, again these are all still downtrend moves. I am not expecting it to complete. It's not yet complete, so our retracement level is around 3,360 rupees. I'm expecting it to touch that and then maybe it can start, but let's wait for it to complete. DMart, again same, we are expecting another wave down. I don't know if it's going to touch the retracement level, but it may be at least the previous top, approximately around maybe 3,200 instead of 3,000. So around that range, 3,000 to 3,200 rupees. ITC is again still sideways, no trade yet. We have discussed this in every video. Tech Mahindra had a move up, but I'm not expecting. We had to wait for again this same as Infosys. It made an impulse, but wait for it to see how it progress. Bajaj Auto, same, we expected, came down, so we are expecting more downtrend, and we as expected this went up, as I think we discussed about all these trades. So this, now I'm expecting one more drop before it starts, and that will be a good trade. TATA Steel, it really did well. It is going up, but we have to wait for a small consolidation. There can be possible trade setup. If it really consolidates here, it goes up, we might enter, but for a long run it can actually do this further down and go up. So I don't know, risk to reward is not that high at this point, so I might keep out entering this and see how it goes. Let's see. If I see any trade setup, I can definitely post a video. So that's overall stock analysis for this week, and everything looks like sideways, so no big trades coming. Let's hope we get some trades this week or next week, and I'll keep you posted on that. Okay, until then, trade safe and make sure you don't risk too much in this market. I know we all need to make money, but you should not lose it. Otherwise, if you don't have capital, there is nothing you can play with, and you may not be able to so have some proper strategy. It doesn't matter what you follow, which strategy you take. It may be you may use technical analysis or fundamental analysis. Make sure you have your own strategy. Don't blindly follow anyone, whoever it may be, doesn't matter. you always question everything and work accordingly. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in our next video.